Hello, this is my second review of the Canada West, what model is it? 5297 Western Boots, CSA. This is at 6 months of use. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. I've seen a lot, the reason I'm doing this, I've seen a lot of reviews of boots when I was doing research, showing the boots brand new. Oh yeah, these boots are great, they're comfy, they look good, this and that. But every single one of them failed to show how they would actually hold up, which is definitely a shortfall I've noticed with all boot reviews. So if I do boot reviews in the future, I'll do when they're new, and then I'll do a 6 month, maybe a year. So this is the 6 month review of these boots here. On my channel you can see the review when I got them brand new. One thing I will clarify right off the hop is what I said in that first video is absolutely true. Make sure that they fit, because the sizing is very odd. I'm not sure if it's because they're triple wide, but you can see here they are 9.5, and I normally in Western boots, these are non-CSA, wear a 10.5. I wear a 10.5 double E, so 10.5. My runners, they're 10.5. These are 9.5, and they just fit. You could almost argue they're a little bit loose, so I did have to change the insoles to a different kind. I'm not going to pull them out there, but they're insoles. So I had to change them out to make sure that they fit. It took about a week for them to break in, which is fairly quick compared to the Redwings, the Picos. So about a week to break in, and when I say break in, like obviously they kept breaking in longer, and now the leather is very nice. I'll get into the condition of them in a minute though. So it took about a week to break in to where they wouldn't stretch anymore, maybe 2 weeks, and then I had to switch out the insoles. I tried them on in the store, and found that they were snug, but then the person helping me come in, I'm glad they stuck their ground. They told me like they're gonna loosen up, and I'm glad they did, because they almost felt a little bit tight. Being a 9.5, I was a little skeptical. I was like, I don't think I need to go smaller for sure. I think I might have to go bigger. Anyway, we went with the 9.5. They fit good. I would very much, I don't want to say avoid ordering them online. If you could try them on in store, and then if you find them on the Canada West website for cheaper or something like that, at least go somewhere where you can try them on. I know people do that. They go to Walmart, try on a pair of shoes, then they buy it online on Amazon because it's cheaper. I'm not going to get into the argument of whether or not that's, ethical or a good thing to do. That's not what I'm here to show you guys. But anyway, I would highly recommend trying them on at least, and walk around in them. They're going to loosen up, being leather, full grain leather. So just keep that in mind. The insoles, you can always swap them out. So for peace of mind, if they loosen up, you could put bigger insoles in them if you need to. If they're too tight, you could put thinner insoles in them. You got some leeway, and some ways to work around it. So whereas if you have the opposite issue, like I did with the Redwings slip-ons, they were too tight, and there was no way you could undo it. I'm not going to go on site barefoot, so with no socks. So you'd almost rather have it a little bit too big, but they will break in. So try them on. That's the number one thing I have to say going into this review. You have to get them on your feet. Let's get into the condition. So this is another pair of boots, the Keens, San Jose, I believe, 6-inch. I think they're, I can't remember what they call it. It's not steel. It's not aluminum. It might be aluminum. Anyways, aluminum toe. These are steel. These, you can see they are just shredded through. I bought these at the same time. I didn't do a review on these because I wear these every year, which maybe on my next pair I will do a review on. But this is working on scaffolding. I'm an industrial painter, so I deal with a lot of chemicals and whatnot. Sandblasting, abrasive. I don't abrasive blast in these boots. I work in gum boots, but it's exposed to the grit and all that shit. So this is how they've held up. They're burnt through on certain sites. This is just no. Like they won't let you on site. Some of the sites I work on, they're like that. So being the winter season, I don't wear these right now because they're torn up there. These are good for like painting and whatnot, because then I don't care about getting them wrecked and they're already burnt through, but I don't want water getting into them. So anyway, those are away for the season. I'm using these guys now. In general, not breaking it down on a scale of 10, or people usually do 5. I'll do 5 stars. So on a scale of 5 stars, I'd give them a 4, maybe a 4.5. I mean, I would say 5, but then they would be perfect. I really don't have anything bad to say about them, honestly, but I feel hesitant to give it a 5 because then they would have to be absolutely perfect, which nothing is. But like I said, keep in mind, I can't think of anything bad about them. So note that this is the boot. All I did was dust them. I didn't wash them with water. I didn't apply any conditioner or wax. I did when I first got them. I will at the end of the video add a little bit showing what they look like after I have cleaned them and re-waxed them. So this is fresh off site. This is what the leather looks like. It's really held up really good. Take note of the heat of the toe. You can see it, this one's like perfectly smooth, and then this one's torn up a bit because that's the one that I obviously kneel down with when I'm looking at things on site. But it's not through at all. These are 100%, I think they say water resistant maybe on the ad, I'm not sure. I can tell you they're waterproof. I walked in puddles, I tucked my jeans in, and then I'd be up to puddles like that. And like, I'll say water resistant. I don't want to be on the hook for anything. They're very water resistant. I'll give them that, especially since there's no, not burnt through on the toes or anything. So we're good there. Has it even worn here? Not really. This is what the bottoms look like. The bottoms look like the treads. They're holding up very well. Very aggressive tread. But they're actually not bad for walking on concrete and whatnot. Yeah, see? No delamination or nothing. See here. Put you guys down for a second. I'm not the most professional video maker. You can see though, like nothing coming apart. A lot of the time, I have experience with boots just falling apart. It's ridiculous, honestly. But these boots are holding up really good. No tread, nothing. This is my first time looking at the bottoms too. I don't usually inspect them like this, but just for the sake of review, right? No, they're holding up really good. Nothing's coming apart. Sometimes you see the sole come off. Little gouge there, but it's not through or nothing. The leather is very tough. All the seams are very, very rugged. Stitching's all very good. The leather it's broken beautifully. I'll show you here. I'm sure you watched the first review I did. It's come out great. I can't wait to wash these. Right after this video, I'm going to wash these, let them dry, and then I'm going to apply the wax, and then I'll do a little video and I'll try to edit it onto the end of this one. Even this, that would normally be a failure point. Not as it is right now, but I mean, that's where it usually might come apart, is areas like that. But look, it's completely, remember I wore these every day, sometimes 80-hour work weeks. And that's not an exaggeration. This looks like there's a little bit, I don't know, just wearing down, but yeah, I'm very impressed. What I can say is, back to the San Jose's, I know this is a different style of boot, but with the quality of these are keen. They're great because they're cheap and you get what you pay for. These are a little more expensive. I'm not comparing these. What I'm getting at is I wear these every year because they are cheap and I just get a new pair every year with my boot allowance. But this coming January, I think I'm going to get the same style, but the Canada West ones. Canada West has a bunch of options, and they have a wide variety of boot, some that are similar to this style. So I might bite the bullet and get the same type with Canada West. This is like my 6th pair of these because I get one almost every year. But I think I'm gonna get the Canada West ones just because of their quality and how they've impressed me with this boot. I'm not sponsored by them. This is just a tradesman doing a review that I have not seen common, which is actual wear of them, and no fancy editing as well. This video is already 10 minutes long and I'm just rambling on, because that's what I think is necessary to have an honest review. Again, I'm not sponsored by them. I'm just showing you guys my experience. So, like I said, you have to try them on. I can't say you'll be disappointed. I'm very happy with them. They look sharp too. I have people on site asking me about them and whatnot. So I can't say you will be disappointed. Put these away for the winter, but you have to try them on, okay? That's the only thing I can really say. Anyways, I'm gonna clean these up, put some wax on them. I'll tack that video onto this one so you can see what they look like up close and all dolled up. I only waxed them the one time when I first got them. So it's been 6 months, 5.5, 6 months. So I'm gonna do it again and then I'll show you guys what it looks like. Here they are, all dusted and brushed and with a fresh coat of wax on them. I just used a damp cloth to wipe them down after dusting them. Let it dry. Once it was fully dry, I put the wax on it. Came out very well. All this white shit here, that's just paint. That's not damage or nothing. But you can see how they've really held up very well. I had a good scratch here. This was pretty early, within the first couple weeks, and it's held up fine. Kind of hurt my heart a little bit, but other than that, yeah. Leather looks great. I'll put them on. Here they are, all dusted and brushed and with a fresh coat of wax on them. I just used a damp cloth to wipe them down after dusting them. Let it dry. Once it was fully dry, I put the wax on it. Came out very well. All this white shit here, that's just paint. That's not damage or nothing. But you can see how they've really held up very well. I had a good scratch here. This was pretty early, within the first couple weeks, and it's held up fine. Kind of hurt my heart a little bit, but other than that, yeah. Leather looks great. I'll put them on here so you can see what they look like. Just because I did it in the first video is the only reason. I should mention I purchased these from Red Heart Workwear. The lady that helped me in Abbotsford was great, and I highly recommend them for ensuring you get the right size in general, or just any kind of workwear. They were really great. Let's see if I can get you guys there without dropping you. Hopefully you can see. I think you can see. They're sharp looking, especially when they're cleaned up. So this is after 6 months of wear. It's held up really well. This is what I applied. And there you go. Very happy with them, other than the paint. I tried to get it off, but it's an epoxy. It adhered very well. Anyway, thanks for watching. Maybe you'll see another review in a year, or if I do another review or video in the future, maybe I'll make mention about how long they lasted in the end. At this rate, a couple years, which would be the longest any boot that I have has ever lasted, so really excited. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this review helped.